This is the No Kings Protest, the sequel, one of the biggest protests in modern American history. The protesters you see right now are wearing vests that say "Rise and Resist," identical to the ones we saw at the first No Kings protest. Now I'm going to talk to them about what it is they're really doing here and then expose the truth. I have been working on this non-stop since the protest. Welcome back to the Nate Friedman Show.
Hi, do you know what the plan is for the protest, where it's going?
It's going down 7th Avenue to 14th Street.
To all the way down to 14th?
Yes.
Did they block the roads like until then, or do people have to go around or anything like that?
Well, that's what we're marshaling, so we're going to help people not get them.
Was there
blocking the streets all the way down?
So I didn't get like an email.
You can't cross 7th Avenue.
You can't cross 7th. I didn't get an email about like the briefing. Is there like a sign up for it or something like that?
Guys, I think this is maybe one of the
What's that?
No, but I don't know.
Oh no, I'm just press asking questions.
I think
no.
he's not asking.
But no, it's I don't know.
Okay, so they had a full panic and just talked over each other. Now this woman did the scripted right-wing troll line, which I guess they must have forgotten to pick up their signs, because that's exactly what they did to me last time. And before that, a different paid protester with the exact same sign followed me around the Take Down Tesla protest. So who are these people really? Keep watching.
What's the next protest?
I don't know.
This one.
I'd have to.
He's got a camera, just so you know. He's got a camera. He's recording you. It's up to you. I can't tell you what to do.
I really appreciate you talking. It's nice. A lot of people just like run away, and it's nice to have a conversation. How long have you been working with Rise and Resist?
I'm not answering those questions.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to answer any personal questions.
That's fair. Do you feel like Trump is a king?
I don't. I'm not going to get into a political conversation with you. I'm here to marshal and keep people safe. That's my job here today, and I'm just going to do my job.
What do you mean by like marshal?
We help traffic. We help people with the traffic. We help cars redirect. We help bike messengers.
Okay.
We're helping people be safe on the streets.
Does that mean you guys are working with the NYPD?
Yes, we talk to them.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. That's interesting. But is there like a briefing before, like that you guys work with the
NYPD?
Yeah.
No.
So how do they know that like you're out there marshaling with them?
They're not blind.
And neither am I. This is you calling ICE thugs, and with a $50,000 bounty on ICE agents, you have blood on your hands. This is you taking it a step further and calling them the Gestapo. Back again at a different protest, and again and again. The company she works for is Rise and Resist. They are one of the nonprofits receiving a portion of the $7.6 million from George Soros, and were responsible for the Take Down Tesla protests that often resulted in vandalism. They claim that all of their events are non-violent, which is odd because there's hundreds of pictures of their protesters getting arrested. One of the things they love to do is organize sit-ins at Trump Tower, and they're politely escorted out of the building and released from custody almost instantly, which means that the supposed king is quite forgiving with people trespassing his family's home. The donation link to Rise and Resist goes straight through Act Blue. Now it's really her associates that are the star players on the protesting field. Watch this. You see her? She works with Karen Shaw, the kazoo lady from the previous No Kings rally. This is her making the signs for Rise and Resist in their little print shop. Yes, I'm looking into this print shop. She protests whatever is on the schedule. Back again in front of the courthouse asking to abolish ICE, which is to take the sides of the vicious, violent criminals that have been deported by ICE. She wants to, quote, free them all, and she's doing this sit-in again inside of Trump's family home. The president is very aware of paid protesting now. Take a look.
I had one the other night. I went into a restaurant, and this woman stood up. I looked at her immediately. She had money. She wasn't serious. They get paid for it. They're professional from Soros and other people. And we're going to look into Soros because I think it's a RICO case against him and other people. Because this is more than like protest. This is real agitation. This is riots on the street.
Now I saved the best for last with this group because look at this guy here. Meet Casimir Yanish. He is a professional protester. Here he is with the infamous Karen Kazoo lady. You know how they frequently work in teams. Now what is concerning about this guy in particular is not just that he is a professional protester, but that he is an election worker. His official start date was January 2020. According to his LinkedIn, he is a director of architecture and engineering at New York City. And according to governorsalaries.com, he's receiving an annual wage of $121,000. The question is he protesting on the taxpayer's dime? Casimir took part in the famous paid protester group photo that I've exposed. See the Karen Kazoo lady here? And of course, Stuart Waldman, who was on the board of Rise and Resist. Casimir had no social media that I could find, but here he is on his friend's Instagram, and he's clearly labeled in the caption. According to Casimir's LinkedIn, he is also a Columbia University alum, and here he is at an alumni event. Casimir has donated to a fund that was established to provide legal assistance and financial support to those who get arrested at protests. So he's spending his money wisely, and as a graduate of Columbia, I'm sure he's proud of what his alma mater is up to these days. Next up, I ran into a woman with a guillotine poster at the peaceful protest.
That guy in the hat said, "Get the fuck out of the way to me." Unbelievable.
Can I interview you real quick?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Can you tell me about your sign?
A sign that I got inspiration from the French Revolution, and they got rid of their royalty and kings for good reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is this like, do you want to kill Trump with this, or is it just a message?
It's symbolic.
Symbolic, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
His term needs to end as soon as possible, and we shouldn't support him because he's disgusting,
Yeah.
and he's killing democracy.
What do you think is the best way to impeach him, like get him out of there? On what charges, you think?
I don't know, to
34
bring
felony counts isn't enough.
bring back the rule of law, let it happen naturally, that when his term ends, it ends. I would love to impeach him, but no third term. He's already doing that. We're becoming in martial law in this country. Okay?
Are you referring to the National Guard stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they will come for you next. They will come for me next.
Yeah. Do you feel that he's a king right now?
No.
Do you think that when do you think that he will become one?
Has he taken powers that he shouldn't? And, absolutely.
Yeah.
He is, yes. He's, what's the word? He's, what do we call
Tyrant?
him? Tyrant, autocrat, yes.
Yeah. I noticed the cafe. How do you feel about the ceasefire deal?
I don't think it's going to last. I have little faith.
It's one
Little
of the
faith.
few things that I will credit him with. You are not there.
Okay.
It's one of the few
There's a bit of unity there for folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you credit him or no?
Not really. I really don't believe. I mean, even now, there are people getting killed. Israel is funding clans to kill people in Palestine. And they're sending photos of those people over to Israel and saying, yeah, take them out. They've killed many people since the ceasefire.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed. And and Israel as a Jewish state and as a democracy, the two can't coexist, and I'm very anti-Zionist.
It shouldn't exist as a Jewish state, it should just exist as
a democracy with everybody having equal rights, not privileges for just one group of people.
What's the best way for folks to stay informed about this stuff? Like, what channels of news do you watch?
I'm trying to get away from just New York Times because that's insufficient.
Okay. And why do you say that?
Al Jazeera.
It is a famous newspaper.
It's pretty biased.
Biased toward the left?
And it suppresses stories about particularly what's going on in Gaza. It really suppresses stories.
Okay. What other channels? Sorry, so New York Times and what else? You said Al Jazeera?
Al Jazeera.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's really...
All right.
Okay, the New York Times is not far left enough. Gotta love that. In order to get to the truth, you need to read Al Jazeera, which is a news source that receives 90% of their funding from the Qatari government. This is a trusted news source for Americans, according to her. Just thank him for ending a war. It's not hard. Even her protesting buddy could do it, which she of course rolled her eyes at. Next up, I saw this guy with a big flag that said "No Kings in America." Let's see what he has to say.
No kings in America, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Do you feel that Trump is a king?
Fuck no, man. He's never going to be a king. His ass is going to be in jail one day.
Okay.
That's when we'll all be happy.
What is the motivation for today? Are you hoping that he sees
I'm
this
here
protest?
for my grandkids.
Your grandkids? Okay. And can you explain more what that means?
Their freedom.
Do you want Trump to see this and be upset? Like, what is the underlying motivation?
I want his blood pressure to blow out one of his vessels in his brain right now.
Okay.
That's already deteriorating.
Yeah, to harm him or just to send a message?
No, I don't wish harm on anybody.
Okay.
theoretically. But I want him not to be able to sleep tonight.
Okay. Fair. All right, so tell me, like, how is he going to try to be a king, you think?
How is he going to be a dictator?
How is he going to try to be? Because you said he's not one right now.
2025, they're following the book, the blueprint.
Okay.
Military. He wants us all to look like we're radicals.
Okay.
Oh, I'm Antifa. I'm a grandfather with 6 grandkids. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We're not going to fall for his trap where we're going to be violent. We're just going to stay out in the streets until he gets the message. And until the rest of Congress does something, get off their ass.
So do you think that he's going to change his tune, like on 2027, right before the next election, he's going to decide, I'm going to stay in? Like, what is your theory of how he's going to try to make himself a king?
Well, they're already trying to do it. They're trying to rig elections now by redistricting the voting, But it's not going to work. The people aren't going to stand for this bullshit. Because his base, I don't want to say anything about anybody, but reality is that you look around here, there's people who have bright eyes. They see things. They're not blind,
Yeah.
I don't want to say uneducated.
The last thing I'll ask you is I keep seeing this criticism, and because I'm press, I ask people tough questions. If there was a king in America, they wouldn't allow a protest like this.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we don't want them.
Okay.
That's exactly the reason everybody's here.
So everyone agrees.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
What's up? I remember you guys from the Washington Square Park area. Are you guys recruiting here?
It's going.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's going okay.
Yeah. Have you sold any papers and?
Well, I think we're
members?
more so emphasizing political conversations.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see where people are at right now.
What made you guys want to turn toward communism?
Well, for me, it's just a matter of what is there for me. I have 3 degrees and I'm struggling to find work. I have a degree in biology and I have a degree in political science, and I've just been struggling overall to find meaningful employment. And you have to ask why that is.
Yeah.
And so I decided to pursue a degree about why I studied masters in political theory to kind of get to that
as well.
to get to the why. And the why is capitalism. It's because there's always going to be a layer of people who are unemployed or underemployed. Because that's the way the system is designed.
So the Communist Party is actually one of the partners of the No Kings protest. You will also see the Indivisible Project listed, which is a company that has been caught being heavily involved with paid protesting. I am going to reveal much more about the funding behind this No Kings protest, but before I do, I want to give you a quick warning. If you're a homeowner in America, you need to listen to this. The FBI has been warning about a type of real estate fraud on the rise called title theft, and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on a single document, use a fake notary stamp, and file it with the county. And just like that, on record, they own your home. Using your ownership, they can take out loans against your equity or even sell your property. And you won't know about it until foreclosure or collection notices show up in the mail. That's why I've partnered with Home Title Lock so you can protect your equity and find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code NATE at HomeTitleLock.com and you'll get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title records, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud occurs, their US-based restoration team will spend up to $1 million to fix it. When I own a house one day, I will definitely get Home Title Lock. So don't be a victim. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and use promo code NATE or check out the link below. And now, back to No Kings. Next up, I asked this guy what brought him out to the protests, and I think you'll be shocked to hear who he thinks is a king. And a hint, it's not Trump.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Can I interview you real quick?
Yeah, of course, man.
All right, awesome, thank you. Can you tell me why you're out here?
I come from an immigrant family. My grandparents came over here when immigration was very different. They didn't have papers. They had a boat ticket. And we've seen a lot of pulling up the ladder, and we need to support our immigrants here now. They're the backbone of our country, backbone of our society.
Yeah.
They contribute. And beyond that, they're human beings, and they should not be treated like I would never treat an animal.
Yeah. What do you say to the Republicans who say these are illegal immigrants being deported, not immigrants?
The numbers don't demonstrate that at all. Yeah, sure, there are illegal immigrants. There are people who have who have committed violent crimes. Obama was kicking people like that out. Biden was kicking people like that out. This is not new. It's not like the Democrats weren't trying to get rid of violent offenders. Right. Sure, that's fine, all right? But you should not be zip tying kids in the street. Like, come on. Yeah.
I understand.
That's not collateral damage.
Yeah.
Kids are not collateral damage.
Do you feel that Trump is a king right now?
Is what?
Do you feel that Trump is a king right now?
You know, I think that if a few more people gave him a few more of a piece of what he wants, yeah, I think Stephen Miller is. I mean, I don't honestly think Trump is running the country.
You think
He's
Stephen
got
is?
Dementia. I think Stephen Miller is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's calling this a hate rally. I mean, this is stupid.
Do you think that they're going to try to run for re-election for a third term?
I do. No, I do. Because why wouldn't they?
Okay. So you think that's going to be the turning point, 2028? That's when they're going to try to be a king, or are they going to try to do it earlier?
I mean, if we get it to then, I'm sorry. If we get to then, I mean, we have a midterm election coming up, but like, hypothetically, what if the Democrats do well? Are they going to validate that election? I don't know.
Yeah. What do you hope is the reaction to this protest? Do you want more Democrats in office? What are you hoping for?
You know, I hope that people who are still undecided, still on the couch, will come and like make their voices heard more often. I think it's important just that the regime sees how many people are not okay with this.
Yes.
And I feel like that is power in itself.
And that they'll change their mind. Do you think that they'll change? Do you think that they'll change their mind if
No.
they see this protest?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think they'll change their mind. But I mean, come on, we've had years of trying to change people's minds. I don't know what the point of that is.
I'm asking all the protesters out here, what news do you watch? Which channels?
I get everything on Instagram, but it's mostly Midas Touch Network.
Yep.
You know, groups like that.
I guess what was interesting to me is that there is the full acknowledgement that this will not change anyone's mind, but that Stephen Miller is the king and not Trump. Now, do you see these orange signs everywhere that say Refuse Fascism on it? Well, they're one of the largest backers of the No Kings protests. Refuse Fascism is not registered as a non-profit, so they don't need to release their funding. However, that just makes finding the truth harder, but not impossible. You will see these signs everywhere at anti-Trump protests, and the fiscal sponsor of Refuse Fascism is the Alliance for Global Justice. George Soros has given millions of dollars to the Alliance for Global Justice through his Tide Center and his Open Society Foundation. Even with their millions from Soros, they put up a donations page to make you think it's grassroots, and look, they've raised over $70,000 on top of Soros's millions. The AFGJ also sponsors Sammy Dune, a group that was designated as a terror organization by the US and Canada. Make no mistake, George Soros was behind the No Kings protest. Next up, a woman with a very different kind of sign.
Does that say I love NPR? Yeah. Can I interview you about it real quick? What was your reaction to them defunding NPR?
I'm disgusted as I was disgusted about losing all the funding. I mean, I love them, and it's great that New York is going to have them because we have a lot of private donors and the state is blue, but a lot of rural America isn't. So I increased my funding this week, and I'm going to get a tote that says this very statement. So this isn't unique and original. I got it from them.
Yeah.
I love them. They're my source of everything. They make life better, and they make me not feel alone, and sanity and all of this.
What made you want to come out here today?
To be part of sanity and truth.
Yeah. Do you feel that Trump is a king right now?
No!
You think that he wants to become one?
Yes!
Yeah. How do you think that he will try to be one? How do you think he'll try?
I mean, that's a little much for me to get into right now. Everything he's doing.
Yeah.
Everything.
So her sign also said you can't defund the truth. But I don't think NPR cares too much about the truth. And I don't take it from me. Hear the CEO of NPR herself say that truth is just a distraction.
That for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth isn't necessarily the best place to start. In fact, I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction that is preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done.
The NPR CEO also says they're not biased, for sure, but this is her wearing a Biden hat, so there's that. Now listen to an NPR reporter's reaction to a shooting by a trans person.
And just a point of clarification, Senator Klobuchar referenced the shooter as he. Although police have identified a suspect, it's still unclear at this time what that person's gender is or how they identify.
Can you believe you used to fund that? Because getting the shooter's pronouns right is what matters in journalism. Now, it is a shame, though, that Doge defunded NPR, because we're missing out on contributing to great stories like fat phobia and its racist past and present. Amazing. Next up, I will ask this man what the ETA is on Trump becoming a king.
What's the motivation behind the outfit?
Well, I actually happen to have this in the closet, and I hardly ever wore it, and it happened to be a great day to be ridiculous and fight fascism, wear something silly, and make sure that, we the people make our stance known.
Yeah. You think Trump is a fascist?
I do.
And why?
I believe that he follows all of the 14 characteristics of fascism, or at least most of them, and he's starting to embody the rest of the ones that he hasn't. I'd say he's probably 9 or 10 out of 14. The ones that I'm really curious about are corporate corruption and corporate, cronyism, but that's not really something that isn't to be said, considering the fact that he has an oil exec in charge of energy. And I think that, generally speaking, that's just one small step in the way of fascism in America.
What do you think is like his ETA to try to become a king? When do you think he'll try?
We've already seen the Trump 2028 merch. You can't argue that. I mean, he's had it on his desk while he's in meetings, press in the room with him in the Oval Office. On top of that, he has not exactly been quiet about it. He hasn't exactly been hiding his intentions, and nobody in representing the Republican Party has as well.
And for the sake of potential unity, what is your favorite thing that Trump has done?
If things work out with Israel and Gaza, fantastic. There is still a lot to be solved. The Gazan people are screwed. Let's be real about it. They have been decimated. It was a genocide, and it was an absolute murder of them as a human race. I heard today that about 95% of the population remaining in Palestine has reached the 5th level of malnutrition, which is fatal, and there's no coming back from that. The same as we saw with the Irish and their famine. It is a generational.
And where did you hear that? What is the news that people can trust? Like, which channels do you watch?
I actually don't remember where I heard that. It was somewhere probably on TikTok, so allegedly.
I'm trying to interview the next generation on what they think of the protest. What are your thoughts on it?
Sorry, not speaking about it.
The vests like to chant, but not to have a conversation. Bernie taught him well. Next up, a man dressed as a king makes it to the protest, so of course I had to interview him.
Amazing.
Oh, you're unzipping.
Okay.
It looks fantastic.
Hello. What an outfit, huh?
Oh, hello, thank you.
This is amazing.
Speaking to?
My name is Nate Friedman.
Oh, nice.
I'm a YouTube journalist. So tell me what makes you come out today and protest.
Donald Trump's a fascist.
Yeah.
He's horrible, he's mean, he lies, he lies, he lies.
Yeah. And
we cannot have kings.
Can we move over here?
Sorry.
Slide over to video.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't know there's a whole outfit. This is amazing.
Oh, I got a diaper.
Look at that. Show the full.
Diaper.
This is amazing. There's a diaper in there. So okay.
Congress, I've soiled myself.
Okay. What's the worst thing that Trump has done? What makes him a fascist?
His everyday lies are undermining everything.
Yeah.
Everyday lies.
Yeah.
Once you lie like that, everyone's allowed to lie, and no one. Democracy cannot exist without information.
Do you think that he's a king right now, or that he's trying to be?
He's trying. Mm-hmm. And the toadies in the GOP are letting him.
What's his way of trying to be a king? Is it the ICE stuff?
He doesn't. He's an idiot. He's just a narcissist. It's not anything intentional. He's just feeding his ego.
Okay.
But the GOP lackeys around him are using it.
Do you think they're trying to help him become a king?
They don't give a shit about it. They don't care about him.
Yeah.
They just want their own power.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So do you think do you think that he's going to run for a 3rd term?
He'll try.
He'll try? You
That's what this is all about.
So what do you want?
These people will say no.
Yeah. So what do you want? Do you want him to see this protest and decide, you know what, I'm not...
Care.
Yeah. So who is this for, would you say?
They're saying his name, so this probably excites him. Probably gets them all excited.
Yeah, okay. So who are you hoping that this sees? Like, what is the underlying motivation?
The spineless GOP, and hopefully they'll realize that they're not doing their job.
To send a message that the people are not with them?
Maybe some of the people in the cult will go, oh man, maybe I am getting it wrong.
This interview right here is our final one of the day, and just wait for what he says at the end.
Freedom of the press. It's just scary how ISIS is overstepping and they're hiding their identity, and there's some very concerning things.
So ICE, what I hear is that ICE is covering their face because they're getting threats to their life, and they feel that if they don't cover their face that they will get doxxed, and because right now there's a bounty on ICE's head, like $50,000.
Well, the thing is, then anybody could cover their head, and see, that's the problem. We need a way to identify the people that are, whether they're an ICE agent or a police officer, because there's a problem when people aren't identified. Then it escalates the fear, who can we trust? So that's the thing. We need a way to identify rather than have people hide.
But the fact that they have a bounty on their head and they're using a mask of self-defense, is that not like...
No, it doesn't. No, I think it's wrong. We need to find some better way.
Do you feel like Trump is a king right now?
Oh, well, no, he's not a king, but I think that he's like the emperor's new clothes. People that want the power, evidently a lot of Republicans, like they're not even voting or working in Congress. They're just turning, they're really using him as a puppet.
Okay. Congress is?
Yeah. Okay. And of course, the guy Miller, whatever his name is.
Stephen Miller.
Yeah, Stephen Miller. So Trump is really, because he has such great ego, it's all about him, his Bible, his Bitcoin. He just wants the glory. So they're using him as a tool. And I'm sure when they're done with him, he'll be gone. But the image...
So you feel that Stephen Miller is controlling Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, please.
Why would Trump, let Miller control him, you think?
Oh, because they're feeding Trump's ego. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's feeding his ego.
Yeah. That concludes our episode of the No Kings Rally in New York City. Thank you so much for watching. Our interview with Curtis Sliwa has gone super viral on X with over 5 million views. The complete and uncensored version of that interview is on your screen right now, and I highly recommend checking it out. I'll see you there.